Alright, it's such a nice day out, so that means I'm gonna go booster boarding, and Jay's actually downstairs. So we're gonna go booster boarding together for a bit. I've like a group meeting at 5. It's like 3:15, so I have like 2 hours to kill. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so we came back now. Jay's going back. I have to go to my group meeting right now. It might be a little late. We got into a little bit of trouble. I'm not gonna say it, what it was yet. I'll say it for a little story time later, and maybe a future vlog. But just right now, it'd be a bad idea because I don't know how it's gonna play out. So a little bit of trouble, but I think it's okay. I hope it's okay. So I was gonna attempt to film my Q&A right now, but look at this. For the first time in a long time, YouTube is actually down right now for some reason. Don't know what's wrong. So I can't access the questions that you guys asked, so I'm gonna have to leave that for tomorrow. I know I've been pushing it off for a long time, and I hate to do that just because I love doing Q&As, but I just can't film it right now because there's something getting in my way. I feel like a lot of things in my life get like that sometimes, where I want to do something and something gets in my way of doing it. And I guess that's a good transition to the topic I want to talk about instead today, which is going to be distractions and how I deal with them. Now, luckily, I'm someone who doesn't get distracted too easily in life. When I'm focused on a task, I will hone in on that task until it's done and in its entirety. It's just completely finished. And that comes for projects, long-term projects even, or just, work in general. I will finish that no matter what. But it's more about getting started where I struggle the most. I sometimes just have trouble like actually getting started on the task at hand, just because A, I don't want to do it sometimes, or B, I don't feel like doing it. Make it very clear, even though I don't get distracted too much from like when I'm doing my work, that doesn't mean I don't have distractions, because I do have distractions in life. And it just comes in different ways for me. For example, when I am trying to like focus on like internships and like that's what I should be doing no matter what, and just like really focusing on that, something else gets in the way of that, whether it be like a project, and that just it clouds my vision of trying to like hone in on one thing. Because if I have a project that just comes up randomly, I focus on that until it's finished. And sometimes projects take me a couple days to finish, and when that's finished, it's already too late to get started on my other task. And that's what's happening with my internship search right now, just because new projects for school come up every single day basically for me, and I just can't help but focus on those tasks until they're finished. And that means I have to push aside other things I'm doing, whether it be like my internship search or just trying to make video essays. It's just I have to push them aside for something I see that's more crucial and important to me at the moment. Also, it's funny that I'm talking about distractions right now, just because I got a text from my DEPOP delivery driver. DEPOP is like a delivery grocery service that my groceries were delivered. I need to buy water. I'm not breaking the rule, even though I did break it today. I got McDonald's. I'm sorry, I broke the rule again. But my groceries got delivered, and I'm gonna go get it right now. So yeah, well, this is important. This is water. Anyways, I'm gonna go get it, and I apologize for the distraction. See, this is what I mean. Okay. Got the waters. I ordered water because I don't like using the drinking fountain downstairs, just because I hate going back up and stairs constantly to refill my water bottle. So I ordered these, so I just have a bunch of water on hand. Anyways, as I was saying about distractions before I got distracted, yeah, even though I don't have distractions in life that are very like clear, it's more about other work that gets in the way of things I want to do. The problem with distractions is there's nothing you can do about them once they like hit you. You're just stuck. You're stuck doing whatever that distraction is, whether it be hanging out with friends or playing video games, or going on social media, especially social media. Like this phone right here is actually like my biggest weakness sometimes because that distraction is the worst for me because I will get stuck on YouTube or Instagram or whatever it is, and I will just be stuck on there for hours on end. And it's really bad when that happens. That's why I try to avoid going on my phone when it's time to do my homework. I just put it to the side and just play music so I don't have to like go on it too much. But yes, that is probably my biggest distraction that I have. However, the way I deal with distractions is I just try to block them out as much as I can for the ones that I can't control. Like, hanging out with friends. And I don't mean like I just stop hanging out with friends. I just, if I'm busy, I try to do what I can to finish that homework first before I'm actually able to interact with my friends. Or if it's something like my phone, I just put it away. There's a lot of things I can't control. However, with things I can't control, I just do my best and get that task at hand done as soon as I can. And I make sure to put my best work forward that I'm doing in order to complete it. And then I just get back to the task I was focusing on before I got distracted. And I don't know if that's the best method to go about dealing with distractions, but it's one that works relatively well for me, which is why I don't do very well during final season, just because with final season, there's a bunch of tasks at the same time, and I have trouble sometimes figuring out which one's the most important. And that's the good thing about being a comm major is that you don't have finals, you just have projects, which is also pretty bad for me just because all the projects are around the same time. However, this year currently, all my projects are like week after week after week, so that's good. I can just focus on each project per week. But that means if there's like a very long-term project that's due in like months, I can't focus on that project until I complete all these other ones. But there's one important thing to remember. Distractions are not excuses. So that's the biggest problem with me sometimes. I use my distractions as excuses for particular things because if I get a bad grade on something and it was during the same time I was working on something else, I'll blame that something else for that bad grade. I'm like, oh, it was just because I was trying to focus on something else. And that's what I often do, but that should not be the case. These distractions are not excuses for, any mess ups or potentially bad things that happen along the way of completing my projects or tasks. And I think that's my biggest weakness sometimes when it comes to my faults and stuff. I just make up excuses for them, and that's just not okay because excuses, no one cares about what your excuses are. It's just if you have them, you don't just say it. You just have them, and no one wants to hear about yours. Just get the task done and do it well. And yeah, that's basically what I wanted to say about distractions and excuses. So that was my talk that I had to do in order to replace as a Q&A. I'm sorry about that, by the way. I really wanted to film that Q&A. This is not an excuse, by the way. It's just, I don't know when YouTube's gonna come back up and I have stuff to do still. So I have to get this done and out before, school comes first. But thank you so much for watching nonetheless, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.